All right, welcome back. This just showed up from Modusworks. It's not something I've had before, so I don't know what to expect, but we're going to get into it. This is the Modusworks Phase One. It's a $300 haptic device, and I've never actually handled it before. So let's open it up, see what this thing is actually like. All right, let's take a look inside this box, see what comes in it. So we have some packaging. We have just a nut that's going to work as an attractor, or I guess a magnet. Can't remember what Jonas called. And so we have some spacers. We have a couple Allen keys, and we're going to need those if we're adjusting it or modifying it. Have a Modusworks sticker and nice pouch. But let's get into what we came for, and that is the haptic coin. All right, so I went with the stainless steel. There were two versions, and this one is number 20. So that's cool. Nice low number, serialized, which is cool. And what do we have here? Phase One, stainless steel, stone washed, and stone washed again. I don't know. And MF, Jonas's signature and the date. This essentially works as your COA. So what is this? This is a coin fidget with haptic feedback. So my understanding is inside here, and so this must be stealth mode. And you have magnets. Attract as a center magnet, and this is how you get to it. You pull this little plug out, and then you can take this apart, which I'm not going to do because, again, I don't want to mess with magnets and screwing it up before I even have any time to spend with it. So you have a center magnet, and then these other magnets around the perimeter are in different configurations of either repel or attract, and that's going to give you a different feel and feedback, and also resistance on how it moves around the circumference. So that's pretty cool. I did recently just sell my Magnus quad clicker, which for size comparison is probably about the same as what I'm holding here. And the thing I did like about the clicker was the audio clicks were cool, but there was also a tactile feel of moving the clicker around the four quadrants, as well as you could get it, you can manipulate it like a fidget slider. Whereas this is not the intention, because that Magnus clicker was extremely loud, super loud. This is relatively quiet. If I was in an office or just about moving around and it wasn't quiet like in this studio setting, you would not hear this at all. And I'm rotating this quite vigorously. But it's definitely cool. I'm going to have to spend some time with it. Some people from the Modusworks Facebook group have created an animation, would you call it, or some kind of generator, where you can simulate different setups, and it will, when you hit play, it will tell you how it works or how it will respond. There are a couple of setups that people are saying are the way to go or more preferable, so I may look into maybe trying one of those. I just haven't really spoke with anyone who said, hey, this is a non-factor, but a lot of people think changing magnet setups and sliders is a non-factor, and I've had quite the difficult time with that, where the sliders that I've ended up keeping I've sent to a couple buddies to tune them for me. I'm more of a drive the race car and not do the modifications of the race car. I just want to get in and go. So some of my initial thoughts are, this is definitely cool. This is definitely a another tool in the toolbox of fidget items. Is it for me? I'm not really sure. This is not really the as it sits right now, it's not really the intention I have for the fidgets that I currently use. And really, they're all sliders aside from the clicker. And that's because for me, the challenge of building a skill set with the slider is something that I find challenging and difficult. And that's what I like to do. Find things that are difficult, like making videos and putting yourself out there and learning the technology and how to produce a video and offer some value to you guys out in the community. Those are difficult things. And the issue I had with some of the spinners, again, a very cool item and a cool tool to have in your toolbox of fidgets, their skill set, as far as I see it, is low. It's not challenging me to think about the tactile touch and feel. And although it is a little bit doing that, because the harder you spin it, the different feedback you get. You have a slider and you have to get proficient at feel and touch and how it moves, and any wrong move will separate it, and now you have to start all over. So I am going to spend some time with this before I make my final decision. I do want to, toughen up and maybe open this up and see how it goes. Maybe wait for some more people to enter into the community on their preferred configuration so I can then draw a final conclusion on that. I know like haptic coins have probably been around, but cool for me. Definitely like the cool factor, like the feedback, like the haptics, like the ability that you're not just stuck with how he sent it. You can be creative with that. So those things are all positives. Really no negatives other than personal preference. And is this something that I'm going to continue to carry? Here is one of the huge benefits to me for an item like this, and where the spinner, where a spinner fits in my daily carry, is because of the nature of my job. I don't sit at a desk. I'm walking around. The floor underneath me is not soft or forgiving. I'm not going to be taking expensive sliders out and about throughout the day, and I'm on my feet moving around most of the day. So that's where the spinner and the clicker, really shine. And this is an avenue where this might really shine. Quiet doesn't really matter, so I'm not concerned with that. I'm concerned with safety of the product and dropping it, and this makes that a low probability of dropping and breaking and shattering, like I've done to too many sliders. Thankfully, those were all very early on ones that weren't extremely expensive, so it didn't hurt as much. But yes, now the ones I have, I certainly do not want to be dropping and having them explode on the floor. But anyway, my final thoughts on this as a first impression is definitely cool, definitely worth grabbing if you're into the fidget community. Everyday carry, great item to have with you. If you're in an office, this stealth mode is probably going to be preferred. I do look forward to seeing some of these other configurations come about in the Facebook group. But if you have any questions, let me know. And hopefully I will have a follow-up with maybe a couple of configurations that I've tried out at that time, and I can speak with a little bit more experience and with some repetitions under my belt. This really was just first look, first impression, because I never had a haptic coin and I was lucky enough to grab it on the drop. So I wanted to just put down my first thoughts and impressions and see where it goes from there. Hey guys, if you're liking this video and you're finding value in some of the information and products and interviews that I'm providing, I would really appreciate it if you give me a subscribe, like the video. Each one helps, and for a small channel like mine, it helps tremendously. I hope to keep providing you value and products that you carry every day and how they can help you be more efficient in your everyday carry. And if you made it all the way to the end, I really appreciate it. Thank you very much for your time. You have a great day.